My name's Dave Weiner. I'm a guitar player. I've been playing in Steve Vai's band for the last 14 years. I've got a few solo records out. The last record I did was an unaccompanied acoustic record. And I just want to tell you a little bit about that and my experience with the SpiderCapos and how they really helped to bring this acoustic record to life. My goal was to create an acoustic record just for fun, and when I go and play, I didn't want to take a lot of guitars. So I tried to figure out a way to take as few guitars as possible, but still have all of those great different kinds of tunings that you want when you're listening to unaccompanied acoustic music. So I went to a guitar store and I started looking at all the capos, and I bought a few standard ones, but I saw one of these SpiderCapos and I didn't know anything about it. I asked the guy and he said, well, there's an arm for every string. And that was super appealing to me right away. So, by the way, in case you hear the sound check, we are in the middle of Illinois somewhere, about to do a Steve Vai show, and so we're making noise. Anyway, I bought one, took it home, put it on my acoustic, didn't read anything about it or any instructions, just dove right in, and immediately started to see a lot of great potential. So I actually drove back to the store and bought another one and started experimenting with that to create these really nice complex chords. So, for example, the setup that I have right now, I've got two SpiderCapos, one on the 2nd fret, one on the 4th fret, and we can get a close-up shot to show you what the arms are doing. But what this is creating is essentially an E major 13 type of sound, really beautiful chord that, the guitar's in standard tuning, and through the use of these SpiderCapos I can create this beautiful chord. And so what I started doing was experimenting with these open strings and then writing songs around the tunings that were created by the SpiderCapos, and it really helped to bring a lot of ideas on my acoustic record to life. So, for example, I got a song on there called "The Trillium's Launch," and I'll play through it, and you can hear how this tuning is affecting the song. So that's a song from my acoustic record called A Collection of Short Stories. It's called A Trillium's Launch. I do play that during the Vai show for my solo feature. And without fail, after every show, people come up and ask about these capos, because a lot of people are familiar with capos, but seeing two on a guitar and then what's happening, you know, it's a great conversation that we have after every show. Just getting into this kind of usage where you have your guitar in standard tuning, but by having a different capo on each string, the possibilities are, they're not endless, but you can certainly get very creative and you'll come up with a lot of things that you might not have ever thought of.
How did you come up with this particular tuning?
I was thinking, okay, well, what if I had more hands? You know, and that's essentially what this is provided. So it was just simply through experimentation and just having that freedom. I love that freedom of not following what somebody else did and just putting it on a random fret and seeing what happens if I turn this arm. I mean, that's really what a lot of what I came up with was about. Simple experimentation.
Like randomness, yeah.
Yeah, simple experimentation. You know, I didn't want to, you know, a lot of products, rightfully so, come with a quick start guide. You know, we'll put it on this fret with these arms and etc. And that'll give you this. Fine, I understand that, but I didn't read anything. I didn't research it. I didn't look at any videos or anything. Simply because I was just focused on this, on getting this project done. And I was like, okay, what happens if we put it here and put it here? And great stuff. Great stuff just came out from experimentation.
Great, which by the way, there is a quick start and detailed instructions on how to put it on the first time. Of course, we always recommend the first time, please read the instructions.
And it's funny because I didn't read anything up until yesterday. I learned from the inventor here that I was actually doing it a little bit wrong.
Yep.
But it just goes to show that even the wrong way still produced great results.
Well, that's great. Are you using any other tunings currently?
Not currently. Like I said, you know, for the Vai show, I mean, we're just in the middle of this really long tour, and for the Vai show, the only time I use the SpiderCapo is for my solo spot, where I play a song from the record. But again, every night, like you said, thankfully, it's well received, and Steve has listened to the whole record, and he loves these things, and you know, the creativity that you can get out of it. That's what. It's a product, you know, not to be a salesman, because I hate that, but it is truly a product that has really sparked creativity in me, and that's not easy to find, because a lot of times you just find, oh, it's a version of the same thing that has come along. Yeah. But this, you know, it just breathed new life. I'm looking forward to, I've just started writing the second acoustic record, and you know, to be honest with you, I'm using this exact tuning again, because when I put this tuning together, immediately many ideas started flowing out. But I didn't want to use so many of those ideas on the first record. So I had a leftover that is actually going to open the second record, and I don't mean leftover in a bad way at all. You know, it was just so much creativity came out of that. But I'm looking forward to experimenting and exploring with it, you know, moving these things around and just doing a ton of different stuff. I'll experiment. I'll put 3 on here. You know, I'll see what happens with that.
There are guys I've seen who are doing this. They while they're playing, they'll do this.
Oh,
flip them back and forth, like the B section might be in with a slightly different. So you can do hybrid tunings from within whatever tuning you choose.
Yeah, smart.
If I was
I will steal that.
Prognosticator, there's no stealing in music, only
borrowing. Yes, all right, got that.
That's the beauty of the arts, you know. Thank you, Dave. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for inventing this.
Well, thank you for playing it and making such great music with it.
Thank you.